Hey guys, Miss B here. So I've gotten a couple emails recently and just checking on social media and all of that good stuff. I've noticed that with all this remote learning and all this stuff that's happening around the world, quite a few students have hit a slump. Quite a few students are feeling unmotivated. Quite a few students are feeling unmotivated to continue with this educational learning. And I just want to say, I get it, and your feelings are valid, and feeling defeated in times when you're feeling overwhelmed is totally okay. But it's what you do with that defeat that will help you in the long run. So I just wanted to give you guys a couple quick tips on how to stay motivated and just kind of how to get through this little situation that we're in, right? Or a couple things that I'm at least doing that I think are very helpful for my mental health and for my success. So my first tip is to write down to-do lists. I love lists. I'm a big list maker. It's a good place to kind of just write down all of the stuff that you need to get done, and so it's kind of compartmentalized and organized into like what I need to get done. And it is so satisfying when you get something done and you get to check it off. You get to check that box off. So I would say, my advice to you would be go into your plan books and write down all of the assignments that you have for the day, for the week, what you want to get done in this day, and then once you get something done, you can check it off. On that list, you can also add chores that you have to do or things that you want to get done in the day, and that way you can kind of schedule out what needs to be done for the day. But also, when you're making those lists, be realistic, and if you don't finish those lists or you don't get to everything on that list, do not feel bad about it, but just as long as you're advocating for yourself and you're doing what you need to do, be proud of that, right? This is a weird situation. You're a trailblazer at this point, so nobody's been through what you're going through. So make sure to be able to feel those emotions, but don't let them defeat you. So moving on, also a regular sleep schedule. So before I go into the next ones, I want you to know I'm gonna kind of sound like a parent, okay? And I get it. I have been a teenager before. I very recently have been a teenager. So I understand the frustration of like, I get it. Like, I know how to take care of myself. And I'm not saying you don't, but I just want to remind you of these small things that you can do that'll help you stay motivated in the day. So a regular sleep schedule. Make sure that you're getting a healthy amount of sleep, that you're getting what your body needs. And keep that schedule regular, whether you're going to bed at 10 p.m., 9 p.m., 11 p.m., whenever you're going to bed. Make sure that you're kind of trying to stay within in a range of 2 hours, right? So let's say that your normal bedtime is 10, right? So make sure to be going to sleep around 8 or 12, right? And then waking up around the same exact time every day is really, really important. Oversleeping or undersleeping is really going to mess with you emotionally, physically, and it will not help you when you're trying to learn online. So make sure that you're maintaining a healthy, regular sleep schedule. I think that'll really help you. You'll find that is very helpful. Keeping up with personal hygiene is a huge one. That's one thing that I use when I'm feeling unmotivated, is to make sure that I'm brushing my teeth and showering regularly and taking care of me so I can take care of business outside of me. When I feel dirty or I feel like, I didn't get something done, or like my breath stinks or anything of that nature, I feel gross and I just can't focus. So I think that if you're maintaining that personal hygiene and keeping yourself clean, it'll actually help with you mentally as well. And going back to the sleep schedule and this idea of personal hygiene, make sure that you're doing the same things that you did when you were in school. So in school kind of demands you to have a schedule. So make sure that you're giving yourself that schedule and giving yourself that regular sleep schedule and maintaining that personal hygiene and what you expected of yourself when we were still in class. In the same vein, make sure that you are getting dressed every day. So this outfit probably isn't what I would wear to school to be a teacher with you guys. This is Noah's Ark. They're pretty cool. I got them at Goodwill. But I find that if I continue to wear my pajamas. All I want to do is watch Netflix. All I want to do is just lay in bed and be lazy. But when I get dressed, when I do that act of changing out of what I wore to bed to what I'm going to wear for the day, I feel like my day has started, right? So I would encourage you to get dressed every day. It's simple stuff like that will help you feel more motivated during the day. Also, with that, set realistic goals. This kind of ties back to this idea of making lists. With that, set realistic goals. If you have 4 assignments due in each of your classes, it's not realistic to say, I want to get everything done today, right? So set those realistic goals. You know yourself better than anybody else knows you, right? So make sure that you know what you can handle. So when you're making those lists or planning out your day, do what you can handle, and if you get that done, then do more, but don't expect too much of yourself. This is a weird situation, and you shouldn't feel bad for feeling weird about it, because it is weird and you are totally valid in that feeling. But it's really, really important that you are still advocating for yourself, and you're still being open to learning and growing and just being better every day. So make sure you're setting those realistic goals. So if I was you and I had to read 2 chapters in my class, and I had to post on Flipgrid, and I was also in physics, and I also needed to get physics homework done, and I'm also in A-Push, whatever classes you're taking, and you have assignments every week, make sure that you're just maintaining a healthy amount of work every day. You will thank yourself in the long run. Also, as you can tell by the wind that's probably really annoying you right now, and a wall, I'm outside, so that's my next tip, is to make sure that you're getting fresh air every day, whether that be you're reading outside, or you're throwing a football around with your brother, or whatever you want to do. Make sure that you're still maintaining social distance. I don't want to encourage you to get too wild, but make sure that you're going outside, getting some fresh air. Crack your window open. Don't hold yourself in your house. And it's beautiful outside right now, so make sure that you're getting outside this week, because it's going to be beautiful this week. So I'm really excited about it, because it was snowing last week and I wasn't cool with that. So schedule in time for you. So when you're making that list and you're setting these realistic goals, make sure to give yourself time to make a playlist, make a study playlist for yourself, or maybe that could be a goal for the day. Do something that you enjoy, right? But just don't forget that you have things that you need to get done. So that's one of my flaws, is I'm like, I just need to schedule. I can watch one little episode of Community and then I'll be done for the day, and then I'm like done with season 2, and I'm like, well, that's yikes. So make sure that you're still maintaining getting all of your work done, and maintaining that healthy schedule that you made and that list you made, but also make sure that you're being kind to yourself, and just be kind to yourself. Don't feel like you're alone in this, because you're not. And then next, call your family, call your friends, right? Make sure that you're still contacting people and still being social. We live in such an awesome time. We live in 2020 where we can just FaceTime our friends. We don't have to write them a letter or anything. So call your grandparents, talk to your grandma, okay? Just call a relative, catch up. They're going through this too. You're not alone. Sorry, I was holding these papers down, but you're not alone in this, right? People are also experiencing this, so ask them how they're holding up. Talk to your friends, talk to your family. That'll help you kind of go back to, or feel like life is normal, okay? And then also in your free time, when you want to watch Netflix and you're giving yourself time, you got all your homework done, now it's Hulu time, right? I recommend watching a documentary or starting a docu-series. Make sure that you're watching stuff that is still educational and stuff that you're interested in. So I really like true crime documentaries. So I've been watching a lot of true crime documentaries. I've also been watching a lot of American history documentaries. I think U.S. history is super interesting and kind of what was America before me, right? What was going on in the establishment of the United States? Kind of the wars that happened here, legislation, like all of that, everything that led up to right now in America, I think is really interesting. So find something that you're interested in and watch a documentary about it. There's so many documentaries out there, and I think that that'll be really helpful for you. Next, yeah, so with the sorry, I forgot something. So with the documentaries and the docuseries, be a seeker of knowledge, okay? Advocate for your own learning. Learning is awesome, and gaining knowledge is super cool, and being able to experience or hear about other human experiences is really powerful and will definitely help you become a better human being. So be that seeker of knowledge. Find those gems. Learn some facts. I think it'll be fun. Documentaries are awesome. And then lastly, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you feel like you got so much work and you have so much on your plate and you've done all of these things and you're still feeling down and feeling upset about it, communicate. Communicate with your parents, communicate with your teachers, communicate with people who can help you. This is such a weird time, and it's so hard. It's hard to kind of do it alone, and you're not alone. So if you are struggling in one of your classes, or you're confused about the directions on something, email your teacher. They'll help you. They didn't become teachers because they don't care about students. They did it because we care about you. So make sure that you are, sorry, there was a bird. Make sure that you are communicating, because you're not alone. You're not alone. So that's kind of the list that I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, again, my email, it will be in the description. I'll put all of these tips in the description as well. Make sure that you're checking Planbook every day and that you are being proud of yourself. You guys have been working so hard, and I'm really, really happy that I get to still be your teacher. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day. And if you need anything, seriously, let me know. Communicate. And yeah, I think you guys are awesome, and you can do this. You are so capable, and I'm so proud of you. All right, bye guys. Have a good one.